Hello, this is Lady Boulain. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. I came across this video that I really wanted to show, but I can't because he's cussing so much. But he's talking about why black people are attracted to Donald Trump. And I agree with some of the things that he says. What I have noticed is that when Donald Trump's handlers try to pair him with black people, it's always in some kind of a negative way that reflects poorly on black people's judgment or what they perceive as what black people like. For instance, they always say that because Donald Trump says all these outrageous things, that would be appealing to black people, because black people do a lot of janking and talking about each other. But black men of Donald Trump's age and stature don't do that. Young blacks will do a lot of janking and playing with each other and playing the dozen, but responsible black men don't do that. And that is where the disconnect is coming, as far as I'm concerned. They're saying that black people will like Donald Trump because he's been convicted. Like all black people have been convicted. We have not been, and most of us have not been. Or that black people like to wear tennis shoes, so Trump is going to start a tennis shoe line, and that's going to appeal to black people. It's always something stereotypical or negative that they think black people will be attracted to Donald Trump for those reasons. Now, Donald Trump needs a certain percentage of black votes in order to beat Kamala Harris or any Democrat. He doesn't need a majority. He just needs maybe 25% and 30% would definitely do it. So he knows he's not going to get the majority of black voters. But if he can just peel off that 30%, 25 or 30% that he needs, then the election is his. So they're doing everything they can to appeal to as many black people as they can. And I think it's intentional what they're doing. They know they're not going to get the majority of black people and what we would call conventional or the main body of black people. But the outliers, like the rappers and some of the comedians and entertainers and people like that, that's the crowd that they're appealing to. And I just came to realize that listening to this young man. They're not trying to appeal to the main body of black people. Donald Trump is not trying to appeal to black people like me. But there is a crowd that he can and does appeal to, and they seem very loyal to him. And the comment section of this video shows the real passion and loyalty that these black people feel towards Donald Trump. Now, at my family reunion a few weeks ago, they were having this black motorcyclists were having a convention, I guess. But a bunch of them were staying at the hotel that we were staying. And one evening, my sister told me this, and I didn't hear it. But one of them came back when they were talking on the patio, family members, and he inserted himself in the conversation, saying, "I bet y'all talking about my president." And they were saying, "Well, who is your president?" They were talking about, he said, "Donald Trump, Donald Trump." And one of my family members, who's always got something to say about something, said, "I know you're not supporting Donald Trump." And he said, "Yes, that's my only president. That's the only president I would vote for, because he's the only one that's going to put money in my pocket." And so she was saying, "What do you mean putting money in your pocket?" "Oh, he's going to give everybody $19,000. And my sister says they were trying to tell him that he was mistaken. Donald Trump had promised to give anybody $19,000. But he insisted that Donald Trump was going to give all of the black people $19,000. And Don Lemon was doing a video, a sort of a street interview the other day on one of his episodes, and he was talking to this guy, and he was thinking the same thing, that Donald Trump was going to give out stimulus checks. And so Don Lemon said, "Trump didn't give out the stimulus checks. Joe Biden gave out the stimulus checks. And he was like, oh, okay, well, I thought it was Trump. So some of this is driven by the fact that these people think Donald Trump is going to give them some money. He is not. He is not going to give them any money because he didn't give anybody any money to start with. That's not what Donald Trump does. And whatever else they think about Donald Trump, I don't know what it is that Donald Trump did that gained all of this loyalty and affection for Donald Trump. I honestly don't get it. But if they think that they're going to get some money from him, they won't. Donald Trump hasn't promised to give anybody any money, and he won't. He's not going to, especially black people. Donald Trump over the years has shown that he doesn't have any respect for black people. But now that he needs that 25 or 30% vote from black people, he's pandering to black people, but in a very negative and unflattering way, in my opinion. And as someone said, Jesus had 12 disciples and about 3 or 4 of them were rotten. So all of us don't think alike and all of us don't move the same. And that's natural. That's to be expected. So anyway, I want y'all to listen to this young man, and then if you can, come back and comment on the video and let me know whether or not you agree with him. I'm going to warn you that the cussing is real in this video, but it's kind of amusing what he's saying, and it is food for thought for black people, because either Trump or Kamala is going to win. And we really do have to make a decision about who we think will be best, not just for the moment, but the president nominates Supreme Court justices, and that's a lifetime appointment. And if you have children, grandchildren, family members, you need to think about that. And that affects black people more than it does anybody, because we're thrown in the court system more often than anybody else. So we really need to think about who's sitting on the bench in case we have to go. And there are those who will say right off the bat, I don't care. I don't care. And they don't care. And that's the problem in America, not just black America. They don't care. I'm just thinking about myself. I'm thinking about now, and I want to be an outlier. So all the other black people don't like Trump, so I like him. And y'all can listen to these people saying that Project 2025 is some innocent project that won't hurt anybody. You are wrong. I have gone over that project on this channel, not in depth, but I have read it in depth. And Project 2025 will take away rights that we enjoy now that you never thought anybody could take away. But they can. Any law can be overturned. Any law can be repealed. And once it's repealed, it's enforceable. So black people can play Russian roulette with our lives if they want to. Vote for who you want to. But you really do need to be an informed voter. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Listen to the video and come back and comment if you will. And have a good evening.